in about a year.
Yeah.
What do you think of the two leading candidates right now?
Oh God, I'm not going to tell you.
You're not going to tell me.
I did come out and make a nice statement about Nikki Haley.
You did. You've been talking to Nikki Haley.
Very liberal, yes, I have. Even if you're a very liberal Democrat, I urge you, help Nikki Haley too. Get a choice on a Republican side that might be better than Trump. And
is that your view, that it's anything but Trump?
I would never say that, because he might be the president. I have to deal with that too, and
But when he was the president, you said critical things about him.
Yeah, I don't mind criticizing the president. Yeah.
But you feel, one of the big questions, I think, is about the business community and whether they should be speaking out or not on politics. This is a big question, especially as we get into this election, and what the right answer is in this particularly unique moment.
You're going to have Kevin McCarthy next, who got mad at me at one point because we took a point of view and so. When you say politics is personal, right? So you all get to vote for who you want. We all get to debate and stuff like that. We get involved in policy. Okay, I will tell you all that we've done a terrible job taking care of our bottom 30% of earners. So you're all wealthy and have money and all stuff like that, but their average wages are $15 to $20 a year. They're the ones who lost their job in COVID. They're the ones whose health they're dying 5 or 6 years younger than the rest of us. They're the ones who don't have medical insurance. They're the ones who their schools don't work, and they're the ones dealing with crime. What the hell have we done as a nation? So, I agree with that. We need to fix that. So when you talk about policy, obviously we should, we need better immigration policy. We need better education policy. We need better infrastructure policy.
But you need people to run those policies. And the question is, who do you think would do a better job?
I'm not.
And the reason I ask is,
whoever's president, I'm going to try to help do the best job possible. But when Donald Trump became president, I went to see him and joined that business council. Those things almost never worked, by the way. And I left at the second Charlottesville happened. My daughter wrote me a long, elegant letter about, basically anyone. How could you, Dad? She quoted Martin Luther King at the end. And I called her up, and then my other two daughters and my wife sent me a quick email saying, ditto. Like, you're embarrassing us. And I called her up and said, Julia, you have everything right, except the conclusion. I'm not taking myself off the playing field. I will walk into that Oval Office, try to help whoever is the President of the United States to do a better job for our people. That's my job. And I couldn't imagine saying I'm not going to White House because who's there. I don't agree with a lot of things he does. But I also want to point out, I think it's like we're in New York City, the bastion of liberal society. Like, people, we should stop talking about ultra MAGA. I think you're insulting a large group of people, and then we're making this assumption, scapegoating, which the press is pretty good at too, where that somehow these people believe in Trump's family values, and they're supporting the personal person. I don't think that's true. I think what they're looking at is saying the economy is pretty good. Like even the black community had the lowest unemployment rate ever in his last year. He wasn't wrong about China. He wasn't wrong about NATO. He wasn't wrong about the misuse of the military. So that's why they're looking at that. And Maureen Dowd wrote this great piece about her brother, why her brother's, I'm not sure he's pro-Trump, but he's pro-Republican. People should listen a little bit more to this. If you're a Democrat, read George Will. Read, if you're a Republican, read Tom Friedman. We should get out of this thing where it's one way or the other. I'm not mad at people who are anti-abortion. If you believe in God and that conception starts at the moment of birth, you are not a bad person. And I just think people have to stop denigrating each other all the time because people take a point of view that's slightly different than yours. And that, we're a democracy. People should vote and solve some of these issues.
Okay, but then
and they won't always be what you want.
Explain this then. You look at today's economy here in the United States.
That's Jamie Dimon with Andrew Sorkin at Dealbook talking some geopolitics.